The unrest that ousted former President Mohammed Morsi in July and the violence that followed caused a setback to reform plans in 2013. But towards the end of the year, reform plans seem to be getting back on track, as evidenced with the payment of oil subsidy debts last week and a 3-year record high at the stock market. Hope is high that these gains will be carried into 2014.
The growth of the Egyptian economy depends on the political state in Egypt. If there is some sort of political stability, I think the economy will grow more and more.
A conference which gathered 500 Arab businessmen in December was a catalyst for investors to enter the country and finance 2 stimulus packages worth $7 billion. The investments and the loans from Gulf Arab states had a positive effect on the stock market and the economy as a whole.
The Arab Gulf states are trying to give assistance to the Egyptian economy so as not to fail or to collapse. But I think by the time, if the Egyptian economy began to remove and to survive, I think they will stop.
One vital industry that has been affected and is seeing some recovery is the tourism industry. Tourism was the main source of national income for Egypt at $15 billion in 2010. It was the hardest hit industry since 2011, but witnessed a gradual recovery by the end of 2013. Tourism employs millions of workers and depends on 26 feeder industries that will move the economy forward once tourism is revived.
I'm not telling a secret that the phones are ringing again. People are inquiring about Egypt. People are inquiring about the destination. They always tell me that they were so afraid to come because the media focuses on very negative issues. But once they come to Egypt and they start going into the sites and live among us and see how the people are living, that fear goes away very quickly. And then at the end of the trip, they always tell me, I'm glad we came, and that those who did not come or those who are afraid to come and do their bookings, they don't know what they've missed.
There is also positive news on the investment front for the tourism as well.
I mean, let's face it, the world cannot do without Egypt. You know, maybe we're a little bit tired today, we're a little bit, you know, in the shadow now, but once the tourist begins, or once the business begins, this will be heaven for investment.
These are all signs that if all goes well as planned, 2014 could be the booming year, not just for tourism, but for the Egyptian people's living conditions. Yasser Hakim for CCTV, Cairo.